25-degree day here in Sioux City, Iowa. We're going to have a really spicy hot matchup here at the Tyson Event Center, Fleet Farm Arena, between the Fargo Force and the Sioux City Musketeers. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the broadcast booth. I'm Ronnie Vadine with you all here this evening. Well, safe to say it was a rough one last night for this Musketeers team. They didn't have full control of the game, I guess you could say. Fargo got out of the gate right away. Second period went well for Sioux City. They did a lot of things right, but then in the third, they just couldn't finish it off. So, you know, those things happen sometimes, but hopefully that won't happen tonight. I mean, Sioux City, if they can get a couple of points here, that would be just great. I mean, getting 2 points against a really good Fargo team that's second in the West. I mean, that's pretty darn good stuff. So, yeah, it should be a fun one here tonight. It's Autism Awareness Night here at the Tyson Event Center, our first annual. I'm sure it'll become annual after tonight, depending on how successful it is. Yeah, there's a lot of people here already, so it should have a good crowd here this evening. Yeah, and we can't wait to have another game, because doing what we do right around here. So, yeah, let's see. Well, we just got the starting lineups for both of these teams, so I'm doing the circles on my line charts right now. So, there. Well, here, Coach Kirshner's doing an interview. Listen to that.
Last night, first goal scored for Travis Polisky. I know everyone was really excited. The bench was really excited for him. Talking about that moment for you guys, where someone who puts in a lot of stuff that doesn't show up in the box score finally does get to go in that.
Okay, now I think we're ready to go. I just had you listen to that there for a second, just so I could get all the final preparations prepared. Let's take a look at how both these teams stack up against each other. Well, Fargo, they score 3 goals a game. They give up 2.61. They don't score a whole lot necessarily, but they give up. They don't give up as much either. So they like to keep it close and low scoring, which, as we mentioned last night, Coach Kirshner said this time and time again, it's these low-scoring, close, one-goal games that have to be must-wins for this Musketeers team. So I'm sure that'll be the case tonight. So, yeah, then for Sioux City, a 3.63 goals for, 3.86 goals against. I mean, it's neck and neck in those statistics, isn't it? Special teams, Fargo at 19.8%. That's 10th. That on the power play, I should say. Sioux City 25.3, that is third. And then on the penalty kill, Fargo's at 77.4%, that's 11th in the league, while Sioux City's at 76.6, which is 13th in the league. So, yeah, it should be a fun one here. Let's get to the scratches and the lineups for both of these teams now. Ooh, excuse me. For Fargo, we'll start out at left wing, Saxton Test. In fact, it's going to be the same starting lineup. Well, just a couple of changes in the lines, but basically the same starting lineup as last night. Then at center, Nate Deladonna. At right wing, Gavin Olenkamp. The defenseman at left defense, Stepan Cherney. And then at right defense, Garrett Lindberg. And then they're going to start their backup goaltender tonight, Sam Harinik. We'll talk about him more here shortly. And then for Sioux City, we'll run down their full line chart right now. First line, of course, no shocker there. Trey Jeffress, William Tomko, and Ashton Schultz. Second line, well, we've got one of the guys back. Luke Gary, Gavin Gary, and Kyle Knight serving a 1-game suspension. So, yeah, that was kind of unfortunate. But you know what? We're so glad to have them back. Third line, Elias Fontenay, Aiden Dyer, and Max Anderson. Fourth line, Daniil Boutin, Pavel Martinu, and Lenny Geiger. And then the extra forward tonight is Travis Polisky. defensemen go like this at left, first line at left defense, Derek Olson, and then on his right side, Shane Gould. Second line, Mason Stenger and Daniel D'Alessandro. Third line, Gavin Carr and Christian Lyons. And then the backup tonight will be Jack Fickthorn. Ryder Shea, at least on the line chart wise, he was supposed to start last night, but I guess Fickthorn got in instead, which is all right, you know, as long as we don't get charged a penalty for it, because usually if you don't get it to the league or to the officials in time, that would be a penalty. So, and we would have started the game 5-on-4. Oh, shoot. We got the worst referee in the league in this building tonight. Oh, God. I do not like that at all. Daniel Fagan, as you know, he's one of the worst refs in the league. The worst, actually, believe it or not. You ask any fan of any team, they'll say exactly the same thing. So, not good. Not a good sign already. But hopefully we could throw it in his face. Normally we would have done the scratches before going to the lineups, but I guess I flipped it around tonight because I wasn't thinking. But Bryce Mattern and Brady Zugic for Fargo, and then Dakota Bailey, Ryan Poirier, and Dallas Potter for Sioux City. All of them are healthy scratches, so no injuries, so that's good. I like the sound of that. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, the pregame continues. We'll have the starting lineup for Sioux City, the national anthem, and then some last-minute little pregame stuff, and then it's going to be puck drop here. So, yeah, we'll take a break. We'll be right back right after this, and we'll also have a word from your local RVN station. Thanks.
With this high-powered 30 caliber rifle, we're going to try to blast open this Masterlock model number 15. We blew a half-inch hole clear through, but the Masterlock still holds tight. If you want to hold on to what you've got, insist on genuine Masterlocks, known for being tough under fire.
Mr. Green? Mr. Green?
Yeah.
You need any help? I just want you to know, I think you're the best ever.
Yeah.
Want my Coke? It's okay, you can have it.
No.
Really, you can have it.
Okay.
A Coke and a smile makes me feel good. Makes me feel nice.
Be around.
That's the way it should be. I like to say,
Hey, kid.
oh, wow, smiling.
Thanks, Joe. It certainly is a big bun. It's a very big bun. Big fluffy bun. It's a very big fluffy bun. Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's a bun back there.
You want something better. You're Wendy's kind of people.
When we asked Reebok to send us Terry Tate, some people thought we were crazy. But I'm a firm believer in paradigm breaking, outside the box thinking. Hey, buddy.
Break was over 15 minutes ago, Mitch!
And since Terry's been with us, our productivity has gone up 46%. We're getting more from our employees than ever before.
You know you need a cover sheet on your the TPS reports, Richard. That ain't new, baby.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, Janice.
But what's really impressed me is how Terry's become part of the Felcher family.
Yeah, baby.
He fits right in here.
That's a load, Mr. Call, Doug.
To be honest, I wish Reebok sent us 10 Terry Tates.
You want to play games, G? Well, when it's game time, it's pain time, baby. Woo!
Mike, what is your deal, man?
Come on, man. You've been riding me all day.
Mike, you're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
Baby. You Snickers. Better?
That hurt. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Another round of snowstorms coming up later on this weekend. I'll tell you more coming up later on tonight at 11 or after the game.
Quiznos do Santa Fe Trio subs with smoky chipotle sauce. Fried chicken, roast beef, or smoked turkey. Quiznos. Cheers.
So I'm having this dream. I'm in a turbo Z. And these guys are after me. But they can't catch me. So they got a car. But they can't catch me. So they got a plane. Just as they're about to catch me. The twin turbos.
Bacon! Gotta get that bacon! Bacon! Smoky bacon, meaty bacon, tasty bacon!
Bacon? Ooh la la.
I say, is that bacon? Bacon!
Who wants a bacon strip?
Me! I get it myself, but I don't have sons! Yum, 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 yum. It's bacon! I love bacon, I love bacon, I love
Vegan strips,
bacon, I love
made with real bacon. There's no time like vegan time.
Welcome back, everybody. We are just about 6 minutes away here from puck drop. Muskies are about to hit the ice here shortly. Of course, we'll have the starting lineup and then the national anthem and then all that other fun stuff. And then it'll be puck drop. So the referees have just hit. And obviously house tonight. So this will be fun, I'm sure. The guys with the flags have just hit the ice. Of course, they all got the Muskies logos on them. One of them says it's hockey time in Sioux City. Well, it will be here in a second. Yeah, Sioux City, if they can get a win tonight, that would be huge. Rebound from last night. There you go. They have just hit the ice. Up next, the starting lineup, the national anthem, so a little couple of last-minute pregame notes, and it's going to be game time after that. So let's have a good night. Let's have a good game. I think that goes without saying, but
For your Sioux City Musketeers. At number 84, Elias Buckhead. At center from Grand Rapids, Michigan, number 2, Aiden Dyer. At right wing from Hugo, Minnesota, number 18, Max Anderson. From Lakewood, Minnesota, number 43, Mason Stanger. Your right defenseman from Essex Falls, New Jersey, number 23, Daniel D'Alessandro. And your goalie from Framingham, Massachusetts, number 31, Ryder Shea. The Musketeers are coached by Jason Kersner, General Manager Sean Clark, Associate Head Coach Alex Warren, Assistant Coach Charlie Kersner, Goaltending Coach Shane Clifford, Hockey Analyst Zach Haynes, and Athletic Trainers Eric Idle, and Equipment Manager for Zach Anderson. Fans, now please rise if you're able and remove your caps for tonight's national anthem performed by Rashesh Brenner.
Oh, say, and you sing on a dazzling night, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose the stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets sang there, the bells bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner wave, for the land of the free and the home of the
are ready to go now. Let's take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders for Fargo. Sam Harinek. Let's see here. He's 1-0-0-1. Or wait, 1-0-0-1 on the year. There we go. A 1.92 goals against average and a .939 save percentage. For Sioux City, we will see Ryder Shea, 11-2-0-0, a 3.47 goals against and a .894 save percentage. No shutouts, but he does have 25 penalty minutes, so don't screw with him. No, of course, all those penalties came from that goalie fight in late November. Stupid things, I tell ya. Got a couple of guys from the 85-86 championship winning team from Sioux City here dropping the puck. There's a few of them in the building tonight. Of course, we honored one, Mike Race, last night, so put him in the Ring of Honor. Yeah, we got a lot going on around here tonight, and really this weekend. So I mean, but I love it. I love every second of it. So there you go. In fact, I think we're going to have 3 ceremonial puck drops. That was the second of the 3. Yeah, Muskies tonight, they're wearing special jerseys for Autism Night. Of course, there's no flashing lights. The music, as you probably were able to tell, isn't as loud as it usually is. There's not going to be a goal horn, and there's one other thing. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, so just in case you didn't hear the starting lineup for Sioux City, it's Elias Fontenay at left wing, Aiden Dyer at center, and then at right wing, Max Anderson. Left defense, Mason Stenger, and right defense, Daniel D'Alessandro. So there you go. I think that just about does it. Oh, and of course, Fagan was busy talking with the folks, the off-ice folks, which is just lovely. Probably told them that I'm rigging the game in favor of Fargo, which is not good. Oh, we're ready, all right. 20 minutes on the clock. Nate Deladonna will take the draw with Aiden Dyer. And we're off and underway. Dyer wins the draw. He immediately pitches it back to D'Alessandro. Oh my goodness, Hrenek fell behind the net while trying to handle the puck. Boy, just 5 seconds, and holy smokes. Puck set off the boards. Vatne tries to keep it in. Vatne down there, missed pass from Dyer. Now he'll take a shot. That was stopped there by Hrenek. Well, hopefully that's, well, something. Here's Dyer with it in the corner. Dyer there for D'Alessandro. Back towards the point, sends it back behind the net for Vatne in front. Max Anderson spun around. He couldn't get a good handle on the puck. Now it's Dyer down there in the corner for Vatne. Behind the net, Max Anderson with it. Anderson back for Vatne in the circle. Pass across, cannot connect with Dyer. He's wearing number 2 tonight instead of 92. Usually with special jerseys. That's been the case this year. Here's Saxton Tess. The shot was stopped by Ryder Shea, and he'll glove it up. So a good start to the game here for Sioux City. At least we've been able to keep it in Fargo zone, so that's good. Taking the draw, Kyle O'Leary and Mason West. Both these teams with their second line out there. West wins the draw. Here's Lofgren back towards the blue line, sent off the boards for Colin Sisson. And a scramble for. Now West joins the party. McNamara got a hat trick last night. McCrate back for Lofgren at the blue line. Rolls up the right side. Now down into the corner. Almost slipped with the puck. Now it's in a scramble for in the corner. Lofgren is there. Here's Lofgren. Tied up with O'Leary. Now sent towards the net. Intercepted there by Lyons. Off the boards into the hands of Luke Gary. Luke Gary can't get it to Gavin, but he does get it to Axel Lofgren. Now Cullen McCrate with it up the left side. Luke Gary was in the way, still able to push free though. Derek Olson picks it up, intercepted Mason West, taken right back by Derek Olson. Olson sends it up the left side to Gavin Gary. Down low, Schultz couldn't get a handle on it. Now taking up the left side, Garrett Lindberg. Lindberg on for Arseny Marchenko, who's playing in his 100th career USHL game tonight. Boy, Shane Gould slipped and fell there. Just lost an edge. Kosiba forced out towards center. Lindberg on over across Marchenko. Already Fargo mixing up their lines with their defensive pairings. Here's Marchenko back for Lindberg. Lindberg down low to Jones. Jones back for Lindberg. On across Marchenko. On Lindberg. Shot went wide. Here's Jones with it. Jones down there into the corner. Here's Kosiba now with it. Kosiba to the blue line, feeds it into Brooks Cullen. Now Lindberg, shot went wide of Ryder Shea. Here's Gold sending it off the boards towards center. Tomko got a stick, and then Schultz passed to Jeffress, went just a little off target. Now it's Cherney, sends it up the left side there into the hands of Stenger behind the net. Stenger Up the left side, rolls around Tor. Here's Stenger. In. Behind the net. In front. Cannot make a connection now. Booten sends it in deep and wide. Churney with it around the boards there for Stenger. Out towards the blue line. D'Alessandro with it. D'Alessandro in a scramble for down there in the corner. Up for grabs. Stenger now with it. Down there in the corner. Here's Booten with it behind the net. In front, shot save made by Hrenik. Taken there by Booten. Here's Booten with it. He's shoved to the ground. No penalty called, of course, because, well, it's Daniel Fagan as a referee. So, I mean, with it on Sipniewski, and he laid out Stenger. And it's Jacob Saganin feeding it back there for Tor. Pushes Booten out of the way. Getting a little handsy here to start. They were in the last half of the third period last night. So, there's Gavin Gary, a little poke to D'Alessandro. Sipniewski tried to hit him, but just missed his target. D'Alessandro sends it off the boards out towards center. Here's Lofgren with it up the left side. Lofgren off the boards there for Gavin Olenkamp, just acquired from a trade with Madison this week. The trade deadline was this week, so pretty much the rosters are set and firm now for the rest of the season. Oh boy, that was a nasty deflection by Olenkamp, and luckily enough, it went just over the net. Ryder Shea wasn't even paying attention to that, so thank goodness it did. And that'll go for icing. Face-off will come to the left here of Ryder Shea. Taking the draw, Pavel Martinu, Mason West. Supposedly a star football player back home from Edina, Minnesota, although he was drafted by Chicago this past summer. So this one goes for another icing. Yeah, although that wasn't this year. He had the star season last year. So... yeah, he threw for like 5,000 yards and like 40 touchdowns, which for a high school player is like crazy. But Martini will take the draw with West now. Basically, however that works with, you know, first round all-star or whatever, first team. Here's Lindbergh with it. Second on the team in goals, McNamara is. Here's West with it in the corner there. He battles with Tomko, I want to say. Nope, just Aiden Dyer. Just 1-2. Puck will roll into the corner, off the boards, into the hands here of Christian Lyons. In the corner, Lyons behind the net. Just kind of stands there. Lyons sends it on over to Aiden Dyer here for Cullen McCrate. Tipped off Vatne now. Vatne into the hands of McCrate. Picked up there by Christian Lyons. Here's Lyons on across to Gavin Carr in the serve. Sends it around the boards there for Jones. Here's Jones with it. Sending it on to Lofgren. Backhands it down into the glove of Ryder Shea. Nicely done. .14:07 left to go here in this first period. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
What's in the bag? Lunch. Big Mac, fries. Play you for it. You and me for my Big Mac. First one. Over the second rafter. Off the floor. Nothing but off the wall. Nothing but off the wall, nothing but net.
Welcome back, everybody. 14:07 left to go here in this first period. We are tied up at 0. Face-off will come to the left of Ryder Shea. Taking the draw this time, I believe that's Gavin Gary, yes. Along with Brooks Cullen. And they call Gavin Gary for a false start, so might as well get the twin in there. Luke. Face-off's won. Luke does win it. Here's Gold with it. Gold back behind the net. Off the boards for Gavin Gary towards center. Gary now picked up there by Graham Jones. Jones now for Lofgren. McCrate up the left side to Brooks Cullen at the blue line. Cullen sent down into the corner behind the net, right through the stick of Jones. Now that's Gavin Gary with it up the left side to Luke Gary. Towards center, it's dumped down. Kyle O'Leary was there, so was Lofgren. Kosiba around the boards there for Olsen at the blue line. Olsen off the skate of Kosiba. Picked up, though, by Shane Gold. Gold on over to Derek Olsen. Sent off the boards towards center. Now for Lofgren. Picked up Kosiba. And Gary gets it. Gary sends it on towards the left side to Luke Gary. Feeds it down wide of Harinik. Now at the boards, the corner. Taken by Jeffress. He sends it around the boards. Missed Schultz, but it's Lindbergh who picks this one up. Lindbergh there for Sagaden at center. Sagaden picked up there. Stepan Cherney. Now here's Jeffress with it. Back for Stanger. Stanger. Nice pass to Jeffress. Just couldn't connect. Down into the corner. They fight for it. Schultz. Spins around Sagaden. A shot went wide. Now through the stick of Stanger. We got a foot race. Stanger able to send it off the boards. Whistle. I don't know. One of the zebras with the orange stripes. Ooh, I think the goalie has a broken... Keep it off. Boy, I don't think... Well, I mean, obviously you see that on a somewhat regular basis in the NHL, but I don't think I've ever seen it happen. But it's on. Looks like Harinek is good, but well, at least in the NHL they don't. But who the hell knows? Face-offs won. Here's Lyons with it. Picks it up and rolls behind the net. Lyons. Left side there for Aiden Dyer. Face off a cup to the left of Ryder Shea. Aiden Dyer will take the draw with Nate Dalladonna. Third lines for both squads out there. Here's Carr with it off the boards. Out towards center through the legs of Greeter. Picked up Vatne. Here's Marchenko with it. Marchenko. Towards center, tip Dalladonna down into the corner. Uh-oh, somebody lost their ticket. And Fargo just scored. That'll be Gavin Olenkamp. That'll be his first as a Fargo Force player, and just like that, Fargo's on the board first. Yeah, a ticket fell from the suite right above us. I blame that goal on them, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, all you could do is just shake it off right now. 8:13 mark, time of the goal. Here's Luke Gary with it. Now a shot went wide of Ryder Shea. Stepan Cherney with it. Cherney back behind the net into the hands of Derek Olsen. Olsen sent off to Stanchion. Out towards center now for Kyle O'Leary. Now to Luke McNamara. McNamara towards the left side for Colin Sisson. Sisson now for Mason West with it. West out towards center. Picked up there by Axel Lofgren. Here's Lofgren intercepted there. Kyle O'Leary with it. O'Leary spins around a guy now taken there by Lofgren in the circle. Lofgren sends it off the boards. This will roll down ice and will go for icing. Now we got Jeffress, Tomko, Schultz, Olsen, and Gould out there. Place. Gold spins around a guy. Here's Gold. He gets slashed by McNamara. Gold out in front to Derek Olsen. A shot save made by Hrenek. Rebound loose in front of the goal. Here's Schultz now with it. Schultz forced out towards the blue line to Derek Olsen. Olsen down low. Gold. A shot just went wide. Now take it back the other way. Speedy Gonzalez, also known as Colin Sisson, with it. Taken back behind the net. Picked up there by Luke McNamara. McNamara at the blue line, intercepted. Trey Jeffers, here he comes back the other way. Feeds it off to Tomko. Would not have done that, but here's Lofgren with it. Feeds it back behind the net there for Colin McCrate. McCrate picked up there by Cullen. Here's Cullen. A little wide as Shea. D'Alessandro pokes in the hands of Stenger. Gets it off to Jeffress. Here's Schultz. There for William Tomko. Here he comes 2-on-1. Tomko pass across to D'Alessandro. Couldn't make the connection. Now it's Graham Jones back the other way. Jones here for Kosiba. Little poke check now. D'Alessandro feeds it off. Tomko couldn't make the pass. And this will go for icing.
Icing press on that venture staff.
Face-off will come to the right of Ryder Shea. Tomko will take the draw here with Cullen. Tomko wins the draw. Here's Stenger with it back behind the net. Picked up by Trey Jeffress. Here's Jeffress. Pass went nowhere. He was trying to get it to somebody, but couldn't. Uh-oh, that one's popped into the air and out of play. Right at the bottom of our section where we're broadcasting from, so...
I'm in a timeout because apparently riding the dog like it's a small horse is frowned upon in this establishment. Luckily, though, I conceal this bad boy underneath my blanket just so I can get on E-Trade, check my portfolio, research stocks, and set conditional orders. Wait, why are you taking? Oh, I see. Hey, Max, would it kill you to throw a guy a warning mark? I wanted a bird.
E-Trade. Investing Unleashed.
Welcome back, everybody. 9:21 left to go in this first period. Fargo up 1-0 so far. Face-off will come in front of the penalty box across from the Musketeers bench. Golden, oh, I'm not hiding. Saigonin wins the draw. Here's Marchenko with it. Marchenko forced back into his own zone. Sipniewski picked up there. D'Alessandro. Now Kyle O'Leary with it now. O'Leary sent over across to Neil Booten. Feeds it back behind the net there for Hrenek. Boy, and then Booten got tripped up. Isn't cool, whoever that was. Saigonin with it. Picked up there. Kyle O'Leary. Or Gavin Carr, rather. 5, 6, those numbers can be hard to read. Ooh. Max Anderson laid out a big hit. Sipniewski with it. Sipniewski back behind the net there for Martineau. Martineau tipped Geiger, now picked up there by Garrett Lindbergh. Into the hands of Saigonin on a long pass. Here's Saigonin with it. Shot stopped there by Shea. Ooh, and then a big hit applied Olenkamp on Poliski. Of course, got his first career USHL goal last night. The only goal Sioux City scored last night, but hopefully they'll get one here soon. Carr feeds it on over to Aiden Dyer. Dyer off the boards. The two defensemen will switch. Lindbergh, ooh, Anderson got into his face all right. Here's Tess with it out towards center. Picked up there by Olenkamp. Olenkamp there for Tess. Tipped there by Gould. Tess, he gets tripped up, and a penalty is coming up. And Fargo's going to have a power play. Anderson will go to the box. Holding will be the call. He can't believe it, nor can I. This is where the bad officiating starts, people. I'll tell you that right now. So 12-60. And I'm going to rock that official after we're done here tonight, that's for sure. Faceoffs won. Here's Sisson with it, although they're forced out towards center. Now Cherney with it. Cherney down there in the corner. It's Lofgren at the blue line into the hands of Sisson. Sisson in the circle. On back Lofgren to Cherney. Back to Lofgren. Down there for Sisson. Back to Cherney. On over to Lofgren. Lofgren to Sisson off of his stick. Now they're forced back behind the net. Got a couple of guys poking at it. Now it comes free. Colin Sisson. Jeffress was being a nuisance to him as Jeffress clears it down ice. Arenik leaves it there for Cherney. Here's Cherney towards center. Mason West there for Lofgren. Lofgren in the corner. Lofgren out for Cherney. Feeds it on over to Colin Sisson. Here's Sisson. Spun around Luke Gary. At Sisson on for Cherney. Jones off of somebody down there. Here's Cherney with it at the blue line. Cherney at the blue line. Lofgren back to Cherney. Now to Sisson. Down low Mason West. Off the boards. Out towards center is Cherney. Cherney to Lofgren. Feeds it on Sisson. Although he couldn't get a handle on it. It was going to be called offside, so... Half a minute left to go on the power play. 6:12 left to go in this first. Carr sends it off the boards back behind the net. Hrenak handles. Picked up there by Lindbergh. Lindbergh out towards center. McNamara from Cullen on across. Olenkamp. Shot stopped by Shea. And now he'll finally cover it up. He's loose in front, but Shea comes up big. Face-off will come to the left of Ryder Shea. O'Leary will take the draw with Cullen. Cullen with it. Here's Lindbergh. One-time shot. Kind of fanned on it, actually. Stenger will clear it out towards center, and that'll likely do it for the power play. It will be. As Anderson comes out, Musketeers are back in full strength. Puck sent off the boards down into the corner. D'Alessandro with it in the corner there for Stenger. Picked up there, Kyle O'Leary. O'Leary long toss to Ashton Schultz, but now picked up by Trey Jeffress. Jeffress sends it down off the glass into the corner. Marchenko with it behind. Uh-oh. Goalie's water bottle was off the net there and made the puck hard to track. Here's Shane Gould with it now. Gould on over there to Luke Gary. Back for Luke Gary in the corner. Gary on out to Shane Gould. Gould at the blue line. Oh, he spun around a guy. Almost broke Sipniewski's ankles. That one's cleared all the way down ice. Don't touch it. Don't touch it, Luke. That would have gone for icing, but whatever. Here's Luke Gary with it. Gary sends it up the left side. Long toss to Ashton Schultz. Gets around Lindbergh. At least he's trying right now. And a scramble for 4:33 left to go here in this first. Out to the blue line, Olsen. Into the hit block, blockered away by Hrenak. Ashton Schultz down there in the corner there for Lindbergh. Lindbergh behind. Forced upon Cherney. Long toss into the hands there of Jack Tor. Tor gets the puck taken away from him. That's smashed into the boards by Tomko. Gould behind the net. It there for Gavin Carr. 4 minutes left to go here in this first. Carr will just kind of stand there. Once Sioux City gets a good look. Here's Carr, feeds it on over to Anderson. Uh-oh, he gets tripped up. Nothing called, of course. But they do call the offsides. Although, yeah, he wasn't tripped up very much, but he did get hooked when he was on the ground, so you could have called that, but whatever. Face-offs one. Here's Aiden Dyer playing it forward here. Dyer's shot went wide of Hrenek, and that'll go all the way down ice. Oh, I thought they might call it icing, but here's Lions around the boards. Picked up there by Mason West there from Marchenko. Now Anderson with it. Mason West into the hands of Cullen McCrate. McCrate out towards center. Oh, he slips and fell. Anderson with it. Anderson, can he break free? Anderson, shot save made by Hrenek. Marchenko down there in the corner. Marchenko off the boards towards center. D'Alessandro feeds it on over to Christian Lyons. Intercepted. Here's Nate Deladonna back the other way, although he runs into a glob of Musketeer players. Vatne with it, picked up for Saxton Test. Feeds it on Gavin Olenkamp. Picked up Deladonna. Shot kind of bounced a little funny off the glass. Here's Cherney. Sends it on there for Lindbergh. Lindbergh now to Saxton Tess. Towards center. Tess sent back behind the net of Ryder Shea. Here's Luke Gary with it. Now Kyle O'Leary at center. Gavin Gary takes this one up the right side. Spins around a defender down into the corner. Picked up behind the net there for D'Alessandro. Pass on across. Mason Stanger with it. Luke Gary with it. Luke Gary. Into the corner he rolls. On out there, D'Alessandro takes a shot, got blocked down into the corner. Gavin Gary's shot hit the side of the goal. Now that's 3 out towards center. And over towards the right side, Mason Stanger dumps it back behind the net. Here's Cherney now with it. Cherney behind the net, sent off the boards. Derek Olson was there, but now Nick Kosiba picks this one up. Ashton Schultz, puck up for grabs towards center. That's Lofgren. Off the glass. Woo! That took a funny hop. That almost went in. Let's try and even up the score now. 1-0, 1:16 left to go here in this first period. Face-off will come to left of Hrenek. West takes the draw with Schultz. Schultz won it. Puck sent back behind the net there for Tomko. He gets smashed into the boards by McCrate. Out towards center, it's McNamara. Poked there for Shane Gould. Gould in the circle. 1 minute left to go here in this first period. Boy, Gould is held on to. He was hacked and whacked and all that. And of course, Fagan was standing right there, so you know he wasn't going to call that. Here's Shane Gould with it now. Gould out towards center. Off of the stick of Tomko. Uh-oh. Sisson slipped and fell. Ashton Schultz now with it. Schultz in the circle out towards center. Picked up there by Cullen McCrate. Off the stick of to go here in this first in a scramble for. Picked up there by Marchenko. Off the boards towards center. Christian Lyons has it. Lyons there for Gavin Carr. Carr sends it back behind the net there of Hrenek. Hrenek plays it to Cullen McCrate, down to 10 seconds. Off the boards, Olenkamp is there. One last chance maybe. Here's a shot, Deladonna. That one's blocked by Martineau, and he's feeling that one. But that'll do it for one period of play. Well, Fargo with a 1-0 lead. Sioux City, they had that is for sure. Well, Max Anderson for holding, and then the only goal came at 8:13. That was Gavin Olenkamp for from Saxon Tuss and Nate Deladonna that made it a 1-0 game. Shots that period, Fargo 5 and Sioux City 4. That's for sure. Scores from across the league now. I signal there for a second. Lincoln with a 1-0 lead over Tri-City with 2:55 left to go in the first. Obviously, our game right now tied up at 0. Dubuque's at Waterloo, just about 4.5 minutes into that game. And then coming up here in about half an hour, Madison is at Chicago as well as Sioux Falls at Des Moines. NHL scores here. Maybe. Or we'll update it, one of the two. There we go. NHL scores right now. The Devils lead the Blues 2-0 in the second intermission. Blue Jackets lead the Islanders 1-0 in the first intermission. Blackhawks lead the Avalanche 1-0 at the end of one. 7 o'clock Eastern time. Senators are at the Maple Leafs, as well as... Oh, wait, no, that's not right.
Junior Ray hockey team has ever been put together existed, skated right there in that building, and they won a USHL championship.
Here we go. Let's try again. Islanders lead the Blue Jackets 3-2 with 2:06 left to go in the second. Blackhawks lead the Avalanche 1-0 at the end of the second, we'll call it. Ottawa's at Toronto, tied up at 1 with 5:42 left to go in the first. Canadians lead the Capital 1-0 with 9.5 to go in the first. 3-0. Sabres lead the Lightning with 5:09 left to go here in the first. Right now tied up at 0. Calgary is at LA with 5.5 to go in the first. 8 o'clock Eastern time, Predators at Stars. And then at 10, Canucks at Kraken. Rangers beat the Penguins in a shootout earlier today, 3-2. The Flyers beat the Bruins 3-1. Sharks beat the Oilers 5-4. Devils beat the Blues 3-1. NBA scores now from across the country. Raptors and Wizards are coming up here shortly. Then at 8:30, Lakers at Warriors. And then at 9:30, Pelicans at Jazz. Hornets beat the Trailblazers 109-93. And then the Heat beat the Rockets 115-105. Men's college hoops now from across the country. Maybe. Of course, the internet sucks in this place, so... There we go. Right now, Tennessee leads Alabama 55-46 with 9:44 left to go in the second half. West Virginia leads BYU 74-70. Okay, that's definitely not the right scores. Well, we'll move to women's and see if that changes or not. See, this is why you do this beforehand, but I didn't get a chance to.
Some amazing memories made by these guys. Brian Aquino here, Brian played the Muskies for a couple of years. Brian, what made that team so special? It's nice not to lose.
Well, this thing's having trouble loading, so we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the second period right after this, so towards the end of the hour, so we'll see you for that.